How much do you really need to get started with infinite banking? That's one of the most common and important questions I get all the time. And here's the honest answer. It depends. I know that might sound like a cop-out, but let me explain why it's not. Everyone's situation is different. Different income levels, different debt levels, different financial goals. In this video, I'm going to walk you through several real-life scenarios from our community members so you can see where you fit and decide whether this whole infinite banking concept is right for you or not. Do that sound fair? My name is Elridge Moore. I'm co-founder of Vertical Capital, a private money lending company that lends over $2 million a year. I'm also the co-founder of Vertical Capital Finance Community, where we teach people just like you how to leverage infinite banking, velocity banking, and private money lending to take control of your financial future. And in today's video, I want to speak directly to you, not the general public, but the person who is watching this, because you know there has to be a better way than traditional banking, a better way than depending on lenders, a better way than living paycheck to paycheck, a better way than chasing the next flip, the next wholesale deal, and the next rental. I understand the hustle around making a living. And this concept was the answer for me, and it may be the answer for you. But let me show you what that better way can look like. So, what is infinite banking? If you're new to the concept, infinite banking is about building your own private banking system so you could take back the banking functions in your life. Instead of using a bank or a finance company to buy a car, you use your own banking system. Instead of financing a house with a lender, you use your own banking system. You become the bank. The goal is simple. Redirect interest from financial institutions back to your hands. That's the heart of infinite banking. A few days ago, I was speaking with one of my coaching clients. He's also a good friend of mine. And we both agreed that the capitalization phase is the hardest part. Why? Because it requires discipline and it requires you to put your hard-earned money in a vehicle for an extended period of time so you could one day have enough to perform infinite banking. Guys, if you like this content, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It will help this video get in front of more people. Capitalization simply means funding your private bank so it can start working for you. Many people are taught to use life insurance policies, specifically a whole life insurance policy, to perform infinite banking. In our community, we use an IUL policy and we also use a brokerage account to perform infinite banking. Let me give you 3 real-life examples of members in our community who are currently capitalizing their bank. Each one is in completely different fields. We have a truck driver, a YouTuber, and a real estate investor. All different industries, different income levels, but all making infinite banking work at their own pace. Meet Russell, the truck driver. Russell is a very disciplined man. He wasn't always disciplined. This is my brother. He started with $625 a week, every week. That's $32,500 per year over 20 months. He invested $54,375 of his own money into his bank. Using our hyper compounding strategy, he's now seeing a 38% return in his bank and has grown to $77,000. Next year, Russell plans to finance his own 18-wheeler through his own bank. Once he does that, he'll start recapturing all of the interest he would have paid to a lender. That interest now goes back into his banking system. He's being an honest banker and it's accelerating his growth. If Russell continues this path for 5 years, he'll have $470,000 in his vehicle and he will be able to borrow or leverage around $235,000 for his own needs. That's power and that's ownership. Meet Will, the YouTuber. Will contributes $1,500 a month to his banking system. Whenever he has a high income month, he adds a lump sum. In just 15 months, he capitalized $38,000 of his own money, which grew to $51,000 with our strategy, a 36% return. He's building flexibility, and because of YouTube income fluctuates, Will's system provides him a safety net and a launch pad for bigger moves like real estate investing and lending. Meet Keith, the real estate investor. Keith contributes $1,500 a month, and like Will, he also invests more during strong months. Over 12 months, Keith capitalized his bank with $32,000, which grew to $42,000 using our strategy, a 28% return. Keith is working towards using his own bank to take back all of the mortgages on his 33 rental units and fund future acquisitions. And throughout this process, he will reduce the reliance on financial institutions and ultimately build a cycle of self-funded wealth. So, how much do you need to get started? First, you have to reverse engineer the numbers. You need to know how much personal debt you have. How much do you have left over each month after your expenses? If you have credit card debt, I recommend starting with Velocity Banking to pay off your credit card debt. And we do offer a free course in our finance community to show you how to eliminate that bad debt fast. You'll find the link in the description. Now, once you know how much total debt you want to eliminate, excluding credit card debt, you have a target number for your personal banking system. That's your goal. Now, where should you store your capital? You have two options: a life insurance policy that builds cash value, a brokerage account with compounding growth. Not stocks, but index funds. Let's say you don't have credit card debt and you have a monthly surplus, maybe $500, $1,000, or even $2,000. You can start capitalizing your bank with that amount consistently. And guys, remember, not all holded vehicles are created equal. I'm talking about the life insurance policy and the brokerage account. Some will yield a 6% return, others will yield a 10%. But our hyper compounding strategy will yield you between 18 and 40% returns. If that's something you'd like to know more about, join our free community and schedule a call. The link is in the description. Let's run some numbers, my favorite part. Let's say you have $200,000 in total debt, $2,000 monthly surplus, and you're investing in a vehicle that earns 10% annually. At that rate, it will take about 6 years to capitalize your bank fully. But if you use our strategy and earn a 30% return, you could hit your target in 4 years. Remember Russell, if he wants to take back all of the banking functions on his car, his mortgage, and finance his 18-wheeler, that's $300,000 in total debt. But if he uses a brokerage account that allows him to borrow 50% of the portfolio, he'll need $600,000 in his bank to completely replace outside lenders. At $32,500 per year with a 36% return, Russell can reach that goal in just 5.5 years. But here's the magic. He won't have to wait that long to take action. If you look at year one, he financed his car. By the 2.5-year mark, he finances the 18-wheeler. And because he's repaying those loans back with interest back to his own bank, he's creating a velocity. Now that money doesn't disappear like it would with a traditional lender. It's recycled, and when his money is recycled, he will be able to finance his home. That's what makes infinite banking so powerful. It's a compounding strategy. I don't know about you, but when I first heard this, I was excited to get started. But the point of all of this is, you don't need to be wealthy to get started. You just need clarity, your income, your expenses, your debt, your goals. These determine what your capitalization phase looks like. Some people, like me, want to build their bank so large they're eventually lending to others or buying properties outright. Others just want to replace their car note, their student loans, their mortgage. That's the beauty of this system. It's customizable. So how much do you need to get started? It depends. It depends on where you are financially, how much you could contribute each month, what your goals are, and how quickly you want to get through the capitalization phase. But the bottom line is this: you can start today. Even if you have $500 a month, if it's $1,000, the key is to start. Because every month you wait, you lose out on compounding, growth, and control. The average college-educated American pays $500,000 in interest in their lifetime. For a family of 4, that's $2 million you're already spending. What if you could redirect that into your banking system? That's what we teach you how to do inside our community. If you found this video helpful, make sure you check out my other video, What Banks Don't Want You to Know. I promise it will open your eyes even further.